WHAS 11 Weather First.
Good Sunday evening. I'm meteorologist Alden German. Finally have a little bit of sunshine out there. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. A very comfortable early June day. And most of us are dry. We have had a few showers to our south, but those have since dissipated. Coming up, though, I'm tracking a big warm-up coming our way as we're likely to see our first heat wave of the season later on this week. I'll let you know how warm temperatures are going to get. You're watching WHAS 11 News at 6:30.
The KFC Yum Center says last night's UFC fight night was a success and even set a new record. It's our top story here at 6:30. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Dieterer. Over 19,500 people showed up to the Yum Center last night, bringing in $2.5 million. This is the highest grossing UFC fight night of all time and also the highest grossing sporting event in KFC Yum Center history. WHAS 11's Jose Alonso has more on the local impact felt from the record-breaking night.
The KFC Yum Center was packed with visitors as the Ultimate Fighting Championship made its return to Louisville after an 11-year hiatus. According to the organization, Saturday's event set records as the highest-grossing UFC fight night of all time and the highest-grossing sports event at the Yum Center.
Everyone that was there just made it such an exciting event. They really got into it and were some of the best fans that they've had at one of their live events. So just kudos to our fans for showing up and showing that support. And when you have almost 20,000 people in a venue, it's special. And last night was very special for the city of Louisville.
Last Tuesday, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg announced that the city itself contributed $4.2 billion to the state's $13.8 billion in tourism economy last year alone in 2023. Visitation is increasing in Derby City, and the KFC Yum Center is currently in talks with the UFC about hosting another event in the near future. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 on your side.
We'll have more from Jose tonight on the night team. In a statement, the office for Mayor Craig Greenberg said, quote, "From the greatest 2 minutes in sports to NCAA and PGA championships and now UFC Fight Night's highest grossing event ever, Louisville continues to show why we're one of the country's best cities for live sporting events," end quote. And taking a closer look at some of the tourism booms we've seen in our area, Kentucky saw $13.8 billion coming from tourism in 2023. Louisville alone contributed to over a third of that with over $4 billion. This was a record-breaking year for both the state and the metro, with massive events like the 150th Kentucky Derby, the PGA, and now the UFC. 2024 could be an even bigger year for the Commonwealth. Today wrapped up the first weekend of the 2024 Dirt Bowl tournament. The Basketball League is a summer staple, with teams competing for the trophy in Shawnee Park. The Dirt Bowl first started back in 1969, and it's been known to attract talent from across the region, even some NBA and NCAA stars coming to play and watch. The 6-week tournament started on Saturday.
So we have 24 teams this year. We have 4 women's teams, 6 junior Dirt Bowl teams, over 350 participants. So the Dirt Bowl continues to grow. It's going to be one of our biggest years we've had in a long time.
The court they played on is named after the legendary announcer Cornell Bradley. Last year, the mighty East End recaptured the title, but this year it's anyone's tournament.
It's one of the few things that West Louisville has and Shawnee Park has, but there's nothing really like this in the city though. Like the tradition started in 1969. Thousands of people have played in the Dirt Bowl. Even more thousands have just come through and just hang out at the Dirt Bowl. So it's a place to be seen, it's a place to see people.
The championship will take place on August 4th. Well, you might have seen a big traffic alert around I-64 and the Gene Snyder. The ramp connecting the 64 westbound lanes and the Snyder was closed earlier this morning. Crews were working to complete the tie-ins for the new ramp opening. Lanes on 64 were restricted throughout the day today along the interstate, and we're told the ramp would be opening right about now, but have not yet confirmed it. Kentucky State Police is investigating after a man was killed in a road rage incident last night in Carroll County. KSP says officers responded to a call off Interstate 71 at exit 43 for reports of a road rage incident involving 2 cars. According to the preliminary report, the driver who called dispatch said a driver of another vehicle was showing their firearm. After both vehicles exited the interstate onto KY 389, KSP says the situation escalated to the point of gunfire. One of the drivers, Daniel Schaus of Carrollton, was shot by the other driver and was pronounced dead by the Carroll County coroner. KSP Post 5 is leading this investigation. 6 months into the new year, and LMPD's Criminal Interdiction Division has released some astounding numbers of seizures they've made so far this year, working to reduce illegal drug sales and remove firearms from those who cannot legally possess them. Here's a breakdown. Over 682 pounds of methamphetamine, nearly 400 pounds of cocaine, over 78 pounds of fentanyl, and 114 firearms have been seized so far this year.